things hip hop, the 90s. How everybody doing? Today, we're going to be talking about the infamous Super Nintendo.
Penny for three? Boom! In Clyde's face. $10. Now give me my money, Pee-wee.
I'm touching this as I'm feeling this. First thing that comes to my mind is like chips, right? I was a chubby kid. I love food. So them like one of the memories that come up in my mind around 86, I would say, 87. And when I think of Nintendo, I think of cartoons. I think of the arcades we used to go to. I think of ice cream. The WWF ice cream bars that came out around that time was like really popular with me and my friends. Just going back to the arcade, we used to go to the Fun Center. And it was downtown. It was an arcade. A lot of the kids, a lot of the adults went to. There was drug activity for sure out there, but for the most part, everybody was down there trying to have a good time playing games and stuff like that. That just comes to mind when I think of the Nintendo. I think of Christmas, right? I think of how popular this gaming system was around the Christmas time. There was a big like frenzy over this thing. You would see it everywhere, right? You would see it on the news.
The game industry is hotter than ever this season, and one good reason, Nintendo has introduced some hot new toys. But have things gone a bit too far?
Literally everywhere. You would see it on commercials, after school, right? You watching cartoons, you see them after school. Saturday, you see them doing Saturday morning cartoons or whatnot. And mind you, these commercials was geared towards the kids at that time. So there was no laws against marketing towards kids around that time. Right now it's illegal, you cannot do that. But at that time, it was no holds bars. I mean, they was selling directly to your kids, and I was one of them, right? And this was on every commercial. After every cartoon, you would see the Super Nintendo, for sure. And just to give you some insight, these commercials was nothing but a long commercial to sell toys, sell G.I. Joes, to sell Transformers to the kids, right? And mind you, if you're a parent not making that much money, and you have all of these commercials coming on, I mean, for toys, for clothes, for dolls, your kids is driving you nuts at this point. That's for sure. So I'm glad they implemented that law, because that was crazy. You know, kids is very impressionable. But anyways, back to what I'm talking about. This Nintendo was so big that when it came out, there wasn't even enough for people to buy for their kids. It was like there was no more inventory. So that led to people getting into fights, people getting into arguments. It led to this thing being on the news. Just building up the hype more, mind you. So boom, DJ, my homeboy DJ, he gets one for Christmas. His parents are lucky enough to get one. So we're all sitting in the room and we're playing this game, just mesmerized because he has a gun, right? He has a gun. He's shooting at the TV. Now this, right now, it just sounds like something just plain, but just imagine this in 86. You're aiming a gun at the TV, at a duck, and you're killing the duck. It's falling down. It's revolutionary. Not revolutionary, but it is futuristic at this time, because we're not seeing nothing like this around this time. We have the Atari, and the Atari was like a stick and one button, right? On this, you have 7, 8 buttons, 9, 10 maybe, and you're playing all types of things. You're shooting at the TV screen. You're playing Super Mario, bouncing and all types of stuff that's going on in this system. But at the same time, this is revolutionary because big tech, they found out how to sell software. They found out how to sell hardware to the masses through these gaming systems, right? They were trying to sell the home computer around this time at the same time, which was a dud, right? Nobody wants it. It's too complicated. You can't use it in the house for what, right? Unless you have a job that's pertaining to computers, right? So the home computer is a dud. It's a dud. It's a wrap. Steve Jobs, he gets fired, right? He gets fired because it flops so bad. He gets fired and he goes to Microsoft, right? But while this is popping, right? Big tech, Silicon Valley, they're looking at this situation as, I think we got something here. Meaning that they found a way that they can sell technology. And it's the scarcity model, right? It's the limited model that they stumbled across. And I don't know if it was by design or it was a mistake. But as we move along, as we're moving along with this, how I bring everything together is boom, right? Steve Jobs, he gets fired, he gets canned. The computer is a wrap. What happens? He doubles backs. He double back, right? He double backs and comes out with another computer, a little bit more sexier, with games on it, right? So now his home computer got games, you got the internet, it got utensils on there where you can do your homework, right? Looks sexier, it's see-through, and now he's back with Apple, right? Think he's figuring it out as he goes along because he's seeing how these video games are blowing up, right? Boom. He comes out with the iPhone, right? And what else did he come up with? The music player for streaming, right? So he hits us first with the home computer, which was a flop. Double backs, hit us with the home computer again when he gets back with Apple. Adds these little intricate things that would make it a little bit more digestible for people at the home, in their homes, right? And mind you, he helped make Atari. So he's looking back like, I already have this technology down. I helped create Atari. So when I put these things into these other gadgets, they're going to be seamless, right? It's going to be easy for everybody to adapt and play with. So he comes out with the iPod, right? So it's the home computer flop. He doubled back, right, from Microsoft, comes back to Apple where he got fired, comes back with the home computer, is lightweight successful, then he comes with the iPod, changed the game, right? But at the same time, he's spoon feeding us because he already know the iPhone is about to piggyback right off that, right? So he hits us with the iPad. You can put 1,000 songs in this gadget. Revolutionizes the music industry, right? But what does he know now? He knows how to sell it, right? He knows how to sell technology. Why? Because of Nintendo. Everybody figured out the scarcity marketing strategy is how they're gonna make tech boom.
I think there are going to be several 100,000 people lined up Friday night and Saturday morning just to have the first one, just for that cool.
He hits us with the iPhone. What does the iPhone got on? The iPhone has music, it has video games, it has internet, it has Gmail, it has regular apps, it has YouTube, it has every single thing you need in the palm of your hand, right? So Steve Jobs, he does his thing. He has his press conference. What he do with the black all black on with the black turtleneck. He's selling this to us, right? He's selling us that all of these all of these different things, this array of music and streaming. You can look at movies on your phone. It's in one thing. And guess what? It's limited, right? This is not going to be a mass-produced thing. This is coming in limited quantities. Why? Because as coders, as people in technology, they're adding on. They're adding on from this because they found out how to sell software, right? This was revolutionary because nobody knew how to sell it. Like I said again, they tried the home computer. That shit failed, right? Steve Jobs got fired because it didn't work. He had to go to Microsoft, do something over there, then come back, then double down on what he got fired for, which was a little inkling. But I believe when he seen this, he found out primarily how he's going to sell his technology now through this strategy, right? So boom, the iPhone come out. It's pandemonium for these things, right?
5 millions lining up from Tokyo to the long lines in London.
There's people wrapped around the corner for this thing. There's people, these things are selling out everywhere. You can't keep them in the stores. Everybody wants one. Everybody wants one. Why? Because there's everything in it that you possibly want, right? And guess where they get it from? Guess how they found out how to sell this thing from? Super Nintendo. From which I believe was a mistake because they didn't have enough inventory. And now they came up with a new marketing strategy, a new model how to sell us software, hardware, anything they basically want us to sell. Right now, I bet you either have a desktop in your house, you got an iPad, a laptop, a couple phones. I guarantee you, you have 3 of them items in your house. And they found out how to sell all of this stuff from Super Nintendo, from Christmas, where it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough Nintendos to sell us, right? Yeah, and that's about it. That's my little my take on the big tech boom, because they just added on from this. They were trying to find a way to sell technology. They couldn't do it. These guys from across seas found out how to sell it, and they just latched on. And it's been that model ever since. It's from shoes to the clothes we buy to cars. All of it is a scarcity model where they're going to make limited items to make you want to buy it. And that whole thing started from this. The gaming. Yeah, that's my thing. Another episode of nostalgia, the culture. Peace, love, and nostalgia.